Hello, this is Steve, the Independent Patriot, and I have 0 subscribers on my network, but I'm going to talk anyways because this is fun. And perhaps people actually listen to me clandestinely, who knows, but here we go. Uh, so Bob Woodward, the famous investigator and reporter for the Washington Post, the one who found, taught to deep throat and looked into the whole Nixon Watergate investigation. He wants to see the origins of the Steele dossier. He wants to see the FISA report and the abuses taken by those bad actors, and that would to investigate Page, and if guess what? It's coming out soon. It's coming out in a couple of weeks. This is good news because we have FISA abuse is being investigated, and not only is it an investigation, it's a criminal case now. AG Bill Barr must have found some information that is damning against key people, and otherwise he and John Durham, the U.S. attorney, would not have started this criminal investigation. So it looks like there's some nervous folks on the DNC side. They're now meeting in private to have another sham investigation. They should be very careful because everything they do now will be investigated by AG Bill Barr and the Justice Department. John Durham now has a subpoena power regarding the Mueller investigation since the Justice Department has changed the investigation into a criminal matter. That's a big deal. Now he can come in and depose people and get direct one-on-one information, and he can compare, as all smart people do, what they know is truth to what people have to say, and this is going to get interesting. This is very interesting. FISA abuse, struck Page insurance scandal, the Steele dossier, all have been reviewed by the Barr Investigative Committee, the Justice Department, that is. And he's been all over the world, it looks like, to talk to Ukraine officials. He's, as I said in a previous post, he's probably looked into the Biden family. There's a lot to be uncovered in this new report coming out from the Inspector General's office, and of course the mainstream media is putting their spin on it. Their propaganda machine is in full, as it always has been, full force. Calling Bill Barr a henchman for the president. We already know that CNN and the mainstream media are henchmen of the DNC. So when they say something like Bill Barr is a henchman for the President of the United States, I highly disregard anything they have to say. I'll listen to what they have to say to see what kind of spin they're putting on, but these days, anything that comes out of CNN or MSNBC or CBS or ABC or NBC, any of them, I just look to see what is the spin they're doing and why are they doing it. That's more interesting to me than, and it's how you read between the lines is how you learn the truth in this matter. Because propaganda and innuendo and corrupt people talking on these networks is of no use and of no information at all. They're just trying to cover their own tails and keep themselves out of jail at this point. And obviously they're very concerned, and especially when you hear rumor of someone like James A. Baker possibly being flipped. He was a attorney for the previous administration. It looks like from what I can tell from and all the different people talking online, that looks like the Obama administration was very much involved, very much did take lead from the Clinton group, Hillary Clinton's election team, to find some mud, throw the mud, and do their best to make it stick to Donald Trump at the time, the Republican candidate. So it feels like a movie I once saw. I love Bond movies. Tomorrow Never Dies, where the media, the corrupt media, is trying to take control over one more country and gain power over the information. In that case, it was power over the Chinese media. This is happening. This has already happened here in the United States. We have the Rupert Murdoch team and all of his henchmen have control over our media, and it is a monopoly. It needs to be broken. We need to break the monopoly on the mainstream media as soon as possible. And I believe if Donald Trump is reelected as president in 2020, that's the first thing he should do, is break up all these worthless and useless old media outlets and allow media to be reported by only small groups, where it's impossible to control small groups such as myself and the other patriots that are on social media. Maybe that's where the news needs to come from. And it's those who investigate and go out there and learn things and understand what's truly happening out there. They're the ones that should be reporting. And I mean, I don't have any connection. I just read what I see. I see what I see. I read what I read. And I report what sounds like true fact rather than innuendo and propaganda. And when I go on a CNN, all I see is innuendo. All I see is propaganda. And it's ugly. I feel like we live in Russia itself sometimes by all this propaganda going on. And that's not who we are as a country. We don't want this. And that's why I originally got on to this rant back 6 months ago, and I'm still on that same soapbox now, that this is a free country. We have freedom of press, but we don't have freedom to slander. No, we don't. And I just hope and pray that the future will bring justice to this big old mess, and that the media conglomerates will be torn down and dismantled as they should be. And they talk about, silencing those who have the freedom of speech, such as myself and those at the Fox News network. And of course, there's going to be fight and pushback by those who are being the new investees, the DNC, Clapper, Brennan, FBI agent, leader. Of course they're going to push back. That's what they do. That's what they've been trained to do. So it's early Saturday morning. I apologize for my appearance. I look a little bit tired, and I am. It's been a long week. I have things to do, like raise a family, like go to work. And doing this is one step beyond what I always do. Writing a book about this is one step beyond what I normally do, and it's a bit wear and tearing on myself. But it's patriots like us who need to get the word out to everybody. And yeah, I have 0 people supposedly watching this, yet my words get repeated and all over. That's got to be the funniest part of this whole thing. Go ahead and subscribe. What do you have to lose? I'm nobody. I'm just a guy in Mississippi who seems to be able to read through all the lies and all the corruption and all the crap going on in Washington, D.C. Well, have a great Saturday.